A lot of times with these videos, I will spend a pretty good amount of time, prepping for the show, so to speak, and that way I'll have some notes or something to read off. But this time, I'm free doming it because it's so fresh. The Bills play Thursday, and the game was yesterday, and we all need to talk about this. So first of all, let's just say, don't overreact. Everyone's overreacting. I get it. And that is a combination of things. That is because the Bills lost to Baltimore. That is because the Patriots somehow won when they weren't supposed to, which is what they always do. And they beat Arizona in Arizona. But that, honestly, is probably some of the reason you should be somewhat optimistic. And I know that sounds so ridiculous, but just hang with me. The Patriots just beat Arizona with Jimmy Garoppolo, James White, LeGarrette Blount, Chris Hogan, Edelman, obviously a nice player, Martellus Bennett. They were down Ninkovich, they were down Jonathan Cooper, they were down Vollmer, they were down another defensive lineman. One of them had a huge cast on his arm, whatever. It was insane. Just completely insane. Nate Soldier, the other offensive lineman I was trying to think of. They won. And now we're freaking out because the Bills couldn't beat Baltimore in week 1. It was bad. It was bad. I get it. In the offense, it was bad. I don't understand. It doesn't make any freaking sense. Why would the Bills not take any shots downfield? Why were they so tentative? Why was Tyrod so tentative? Why did they keep insisting on trying to establish the running game, I guess? Why do they keep running on 2nd and 10 when they throw an incompletion on 1st and 10? Literally my least favorite thing. Throw on 1st and 10 incomplete, you're throwing on 2nd and 10. Make me a coach 100% of the time. That's happening. Make me a coach 100% of the time. You're not punting on 4th and 4 or less. Ever. Maybe in certain situations. Maybe if you're inside your own 10. Maybe if you're inside your own 20. But statistically speaking, most offenses averages 5 to 6 yards per play. 4th and 4 should never be a thought. Just go get it. Me. Forward thinking 2016. That's what it is. I think that's just, the Bills need to adapt to the way the game is. I think Greg Roman's mind is open to that. I don't understand why they just won't throw the ball with Tyrod. Throw the ball. You just gave him $90 million. Throw the ball. A lot. For example, the Cincinnati Bengals, who coincidentally played the New York Jets, who the Bills play on Thursday. The Cincinnati Bengals had 57 rushing yards yesterday. They won. Why? Well, not because they got sacked 7 times, not because they were 3 of 11 on 3rd down, not because they were 1 for 3 in the red zone, not because they had 25 minutes in time of possession, because they threw the ball to their best player, to hands down their best player, because Andy Dalton completed 23 passes, 12 of them to A.J. Green, because Andy Dalton threw for 366 yards, 180 to A.J. Green, because he trusts his best player. I don't care that it's going against your best player in Darrelle Revis. Maybe not their best player anymore, but still probably pretty highly regarded around the league. Don't care. I'm just going to throw him the ball anyway. Because the league is geared towards offense. Do it. Towards passing. Throw it. You have Sammy Watkins, injuries aside, throw him the ball. He's good. Today, Rex Ryan, press conference, talking about the Revis thing. He's like, well, that Green kid they got over there is really good. Sammy Watkins is really good. Throw him the ball the same way they throw it to A.J. Green. I don't care. Find a way. Find a way. And that's really the bottom line. That's literally all I had to say about yesterday. I'm willing to shake it off. It's just one game. I'm willing to do that. The Sammy Watkins injury, we don't really know the extent of it. He says he's going to play. Thinks he'll get better as the season goes on. I don't know. The Bills are lying to the media all the time. Or lying through the media, I guess. I don't really have any, way of backing that up, but I just feel like they word things so carefully so that they can come back to them later when actually they're really just sort of lying when they have the knowledge. Sammy thinks he's going to be okay. Rex said he's confident Sammy's going to be okay. Okay. So, Thursday, you play the Jets. We just talked about the Jets. The Jets just lost to the Bengals at home. Ryan Fitzpatrick, not a good game. 19 of 35 or something like that. Threw an interception with the game on the line. Heard that story before? They missed an extra point. They did all the things wrong, but they played very well on defense. So, I guess they played pretty well on defense. They didn't defend A.J. Green. Will they defend Sammy Watkins? I don't know. They got 7 sacks. It didn't matter. They get Sheldon Richardson back this week. Does that matter against the Bills? Maybe, because Cordy Glenn probably not going to play in a walking boot after the game. It might make a difference. On paper, you'd think it'd make a difference. Will it? I don't think it should. I seriously don't think it should. It might get Tyrod sacked a little bit more. But don't sit there and talk to me about how, I'm going to come back to that. Don't sit and talk to me how Marcell Dareus could have changed the outcome of that game. I don't think he could have. That Reggie Ragland could have changed the outcome of that game. I don't think so. Maybe they come up with that stop and Tyrod gets the ball back one more time on that stupid fullback fake halfback flip that they did 3 times. Maybe Shaq Lawson tracks that down. Not buying it in terms of winning the game. The Bills gave up 1 play on defense. Ronald Darby dropped an interception, a pick 6 possibly. The Bills gave up 1 play on defense. And it sure as hell wasn't a linebacker's fault. Sure as hell wasn't a defensive tackle going to be running down the field. It was Duke Williams chasing down Mike Wallace. And that's that. They made 1 play. The Ravens made 1 play and won the game. The Bills had 1 play available to them. Find the gif of the first play of the game where Tyrod misses Sammy and Woods. Woods down the seam for a touchdown. Sammy on a comeback on the left side of the field has 1 guy to beat. Woods probably blocks the safety that's coming. Dumps it off to McCoy. Microcosm of the entire game. So now, what do we think of the Bills? Their defense played really well. Preston Brown, highest graded linebacker on Pro Football Focus yesterday. Good job. I think you're going to see really, really good coverage again from the Bills this week. I wouldn't doubt that. I don't think that they were poor in coverage last week. That Brashad Perriman play, fluke. That's just proof that there's no defense for a perfect throw. Gilmore was right there. Duke Williams, who might be the Bills' worst player in coverage, might be the Bills' worst player in coverage, got one of the faster guys in the league on him, who guys just get rid of. Teams just throw Mike Wallace away like he's nothing. Minnesota, Miami, Pittsburgh, and he burns us for what ends up being the game-winning touchdown. Hate it. I hate it. So I expect the Bills to be better this week on offense and just as good on defense. Rex has a pretty good track record against Fitzpatrick. I think that that'll continue. I don't care, like I said, that Sheldon Richardson's there, that they have a bunch of sacks against Dalton, whatever. The quarterback is capable of winning the game. Tyrod is capable of winning this game for the Bills. He has to take some more chances. He has to throw the ball. They have to open up the offense. No more 2nd and 10 runs. No, especially to Reggie Bush, who I don't think is washed, but Bill's Twitter apparently thinks he's washed. Whatever. I expect him to play better. But I picked him to win last week. And Mullen won, and I just have a really weird way of doing it. So I'm picking them to lose. The Bills are going to lose to the Jets 19-11, because that's just a number teams have when they're just coming back, just clawing to come back. 19-11 Jets. And these Thursday night games are typically pretty horrible. Guys, a little bit shorter of a video this week, just because I just wanted to funnel that all out there. Not a ton to preview yet, because the Jets have only played 1 game, and we're all mad about the Bills. But my Twitter handle, same as my YouTube username. Hit me up on there. I answer everybody. See you guys on Thursday, I guess. And above all else, go Bills.